Assalamu alaikum guys, I'm Chaudhary Anwar. In today's video we will cover the job opportunities for foreigners in China, the language barrier or the language importance, how to apply a job in China, what are the salaries or the wages, and what are the basic requirements for applying job in China. These 5 points we will cover in today's video. Except teaching, there are a lot of other opportunities too. For example, if you are high professional, you can work in government projects, or some technical company, technology company, they also hire foreigners who have good skill in technology, and some software companies also hire the guys who are very good at softwares, like especially Indian, they are working in China in a lot of software companies. And you also can teach other subjects in universities, colleges, high schools, middle schools, like physics, chemistry, math, dance, etc. These kind of subjects. Except that you can work in a Chinese company as a promoter, like promote Chinese companies' business in your country. And you also can work as the seller, like Chinese international companies. They hire some foreigners, like if they have some kind of contract or the business or the requirement from abroad, so they hire foreigner to deal with that things. You also can work as an interpreter. As Chinese companies are growing, they are going abroad to promote their business, so you can work as an interpreter, so you have to learn some Chinese. You also can work as an interpreter in a Chinese company. Even if you want to work in China, you should learn some Chinese, so it will help you a lot. And most of the Chinese companies, they prefer to hire those guys who can speak a little bit Chinese, because it will help them to communicate with their colleagues and the leaders. You also can work in a traveling company to be their tour guide in your country. So it's a great opportunity. The company will send their tourists to your country and you will guide them. It's a good job. You also can work as a musician. So you can come to China with your crew, like you can have a lot of contracts for singing, dancing, and other musical equipment, like being DJ here or the guitarist, etc. And you can work with news agencies, like you can work for Chinese news channels to cover the news in your countries. It's also a good opportunity. Why a Chinese company will hire you? Because you can speak English. This is the most valid reason. And instead of that, you need to learn some Chinese, because you have to communicate with your colleagues and the leaders. If you can speak Chinese, you will have a lot more opportunities. Some Chinese companies also ask for HSK certificate. That's for the language proficiency. How good is your language? So if you have a HSK 4, 5, 6, then you may have a good salary also. It depends. And even the Chinese government, they have the requirement for visa. If you have HSK, then they will give you some extra point for it if you go through the scoring process. Actually, it depends. Having an HSK, it's not that important. It depends how good you can speak Chinese. If you speak Chinese well and the company just need the basic communication, then you're the perfect one. If you need to write something in Chinese, or you have to talk with your colleagues or the leaders in Chinese, then you may also need to know some basic writing, etc. So it depends. You just need to have a certificate, or you need to know the language very well. Depend on the requirement of the company. So next point is how to find a job in a Chinese company or in China. Just Google it. You will find a lot of websites and the apps and the agents who are offering the jobs for China. If you are a professional, you have something good, you are good at something, then even you can find the relevant companies. For example, I'm good at technology, then I will find some technology companies and I will apply there. I will not go to the job sites or the apps or the agents. So it depends what you want to work. And one thing more, like I want to work in a company that's in my country, so definitely I will go to the website of that company. I will not go to the other way. And the next point is salary. So salary depends on what kind of job you are doing and how good you are on that job. So normally the wages of Chinese people is really good. It starts from the $500 at least, like the technical persons, people at the good jobs, good skills. $500 are the least one. Then there are a lot more, like you can go up to $2,000 and maybe $3,000, depends what kind of job you do. The people working in technology, And in software companies, their normally wages are about like $1,000 to $2,000. And for the teachers in China, it's about $2,000 to $3,000 per month. If a Chinese company is hiring you to work in China, then you need to have some basic requirements. For example, you need to have a bachelor degree plus 2 years experience. If you don't have a bachelor degree plus 2 years relevant experience, then you can go through the scoring system. They have a scoring system. So you need to have at least 60 marks to get a visa. In that mark, your age is counted. As old you are, as more number you get. So your degree is counted, like how educated you are, how much number you get, how much points, and which place you want to work in China. For the different places, they have the different points, and the language proficiency. What kind of certificate do you have? HSK 4, 5, 6. They also have the points for that. The time you already spent in China, that also matter. The longer you have been in China, the more points you'll get. And the last point is some kind of extraordinary award, like you did something good in government sector or somewhere else in World Top 500 ranked companies, etc. So you will also have some points for that. Thank you for watching us. If you have any question, please put in the comment. We will reply you soon. Allah Hafiz.